Cushion and back supports, eligibility, codes, and accessories. Any wheelchair user that meets the criteria for a wheelchair will be entitled to a seat cushion and a back cushion. That means any K1, K2, K3, K4, any wheelchair user is entitled to a seat cushion and a back cushion. However, if the beneficiary is only eligible for a cushion because they are a wheelchair user, they only qualify for a generic basic seat cushion, basic back cushion. Those basic codes start at E2601. So your E2600s is going to be your cushion codes, and your HCPC, it's E2600 to 025 is those 25 numbers is where your cushion codes are going to be, just as a point of reference, starting at E2601. As the cushions get wider, every cushion, your 01 and 02 is going to be the same exact cushion. One is up to 20 inches. 02 is going to be 20 inches, greater than 20 inches. 03 is going to be another cushion. 04 is the same cushion as your 03, just wider than 20 inches. 05 and 06, same thing. 07, 08, same thing. 09 is a separate custom molded cushion. So let's jump in. So your standard no frills seat cushion, E2601, and then your standard no frills back cushion is the E2611, 2611. When it comes to seat cushions, there are two basic upgrades. There's positioning and there's pressure relief. These are the two types of components in a seat cushion, different materials that are considered an upgrade and either the patient will or won't qualify for or benefit from. So in addition to your E2601, it's just your basic foam generic seat cushion just to provide more comfort. The other thing we can do is positioning in a seat cushion. And what that means is instead of it being a full custom molded seat, it's kind of a contoured seat. Contoured means your seat cushion is going to have two troughs for the femurs, for the legs, and then a bit of a well in the back for the bum. What that does is a patient sitting on a chair, instead of sitting on top of a flat seat cushion where they can, what we call sitting on top of the cushion where they can slide, if they sit in a bit of a contoured seat cushion, it cradles their bottom and maintains a greater stability. They'll keep their legs from abducting outward. They'll keep their pelvis from sliding forward because there's a bit of a well in the back and troughs for the femurs. The patient's going to be sitting what we call in the seat cushion versus on the seat cushion. This would provide the patient greater stability. So this is positioning only. Your code is going to be E2605. So we have E2601 was your basic cushion, E2601/02, because that's going to be 01 till 20 inches, greater than 20 inches. Then we have positioning is going to be 05 and 06. I know we skipped 03, 04. We'll get to that. Coverage criteria for positioning is very specific. Medicare, until now we're discussing items, the patient's non-ambulatory, they need a wheelchair, they can't weight shift. These are not diagnosis driven. When it comes to seating and positioning, that's all diagnosis driven, even though the diagnosis may not be the reason why the patient needs it. So what I mean by that is the attachments here you'll see all the basic diagnosis for coverage criteria for positioning. But even though you're providing the equipment, the patient has poor core, they have a poor trunk control, and they're sliding in their seat, and they therefore require the positioning seat cushion, the patient needs to have a diagnosis of Parkinson's or any other qualifying diagnosis to qualify for that seat cushion. Even though Parkinson's is not a justification for the seat cushion, the poor trunk control is the justification for the seat cushion. However, patients must have qualifying diagnoses for any sort of upgraded seat or back cushion. Your positioning component part of your seat cushion. And there's going to be combinations, but we just stuck to the E2605 for now to explain this is a seat cushion that only does positioning. Your other factor on your seat cushion is pressure relief, meaning there are materials in the cushion that provide pressure relief for the end user. There are generally three types of pressure relieving materials: foam, gel, or air. These are materials that are inside the cushion. With pressure relief cushion, there are two categories. You're going to have also your pressure relief and adjustable pressure relief. Now your pressure relief is going to be your E2603. Back to our starting basic seat cushions, we have our E260102 is for standard foam. E2603 is going to be like your very basic gel cushion, not really that complex, no positioning on it, a flat gel cushion, E260304. That's your basic pressure relief. There's also something else called an adjustable pressure relief. It's kind of a deeper seat cushion. You're going to have your ear cushions or your deep gels are going to be considered adjustable pressure relief. Those codes jump up to E2622 through E2625. You have E2622, E2623 is your adjustable pressure relief within 20 inches. E2623 is your adjustable pressure relief greater than 20 inches. Then you have E2624 is a combination of posture and adjustable pressure relief within 20 inches wide. E2625 is your combination posture and adjustable pressure relief 20 inches. What's interesting to note is that these cushions have come out and the changes in the Medicare LCDs and qualifications. Anybody who qualifies for E2603, a very basic pressure relief, is going to qualify for adjustable pressure relief as well. Now, not like we had the diagnoses for the E2605 for your positioning, you also are very diagnosis specific with pressure relieving. However, it doesn't need to be a neurological diagnosis. If a patient has a neurological diagnosis, they would qualify for a pressure relieving cushion if they have impaired sensation. Or if a patient doesn't even have a diagnosis, a neurological primary diagnosis, or a congenital, our list of group 3s basically, but they're at risk for developing pressure ulcers. They have a history of pressure ulcers. They have a pressure ulcer. These are qualifying conditions and diagnoses that would put a patient into pressure relief. So positioning is more the neurological congenital diagnoses for positioning. Pressure, if they have those diagnoses with impaired sensation, or if they have a history of a pressure ulcer, high risk for developing pressure ulcers, and explaining why they have why they're at high risk, or if they have a current pressure ulcer, these would put them qualifying into a pressure relieving seat cushion.